Hello everyone, this is Costa Rita speaking, and today I would like to answer one of the most frequent questions that people are asking me throughout my lifetime. And this is, how did you come to Reiki? How did it come to your life? Was it something running in your family? Was it a gift from childhood? Or was it something that you learned how to do? And the story of how I was introduced to Reiki starts very far from where I'm now, in Spain, in Camino de Santiago. This is the pilgrimage route, which starts in France, in Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, which is this small town just before the Pyrenees Mountains, and then it follows along to the Spanish border, and goes along through the whole Spanish northern part, right to the Atlantic Ocean. And it finishes officially in the town that is called Santiago de Compostela. However, a lot of pilgrims go further to touch the water of the Atlantic Ocean and to take a symbolic piece of the land that they've been to, a shell from the beach of the Atlantic Ocean, which is more like 100 kilometers more from Santiago de Compostela. And usually, depending on how you do it, walking or going by bicycle or maybe with a donkey even, it might take you from like 4 to 6 weeks, or maybe 2 weeks if you're doing it on a bicycle. However, for me, this whole information meant nothing when I get there, because I turn out to be there just by pure luck or coincidence. The thing is that I knew nothing about this route in 2025 it was, yes. I was couch surfing in Germany, in Munich. I was away from my hometown Moscow, and I was trying to save money because I was still going through my master program and working, and I was trying to explore as much of Europe, as much of traveling as I could afford on my salary. And there in Munich, I met a girl on the metro station. She was from Argentina, and we became instant friends. She was very cheerful, same as I was, and still am. And we were doing a lot of different stuff in Munich together, and at some point she came up with an idea. She asked me, do you want to come with me on a Spanish walking trip in August this year, like for a 10-day trip? I said, well, I don't think so, because I don't have another vacation from my work and all the money I've spent here, so I don't think that's a good idea, but anyway, thank you for asking. And that was May 2025. Then, when I came back to Moscow, things started to shift in the direction of this unknown Spanish walking trip. Because at my work, I was told that I have to take another vacation legally, otherwise they will have some problems with the labor law. And also, I took an extra part-time job, which gave me enough money for another trip. So I had time, opportunity, and money. And I thought, okay, the universe, if you're trying to tell me something, I'm listening. I'm going there. And the most funny fact was that I knew nothing about where I was going, because my Argentinian friend told me, don't worry, it's all right. I got all the maps, I got all the information. The only thing you need to do is just to show up. Have your backpack, comfortable shoes, and meet me in that small Spanish medieval village where we will start working together. The only thing I knew was the name of this pilgrimage route. And even though I really love walking and hiking, I've never done pilgrimage before. And for you to know, this is a medieval route. So back to medieval times, when there were no planes, only donkeys, and horses and your will to walk a long distance, people were taking this route as a spiritual pilgrimage. So it was a spiritual and religious and self-awareness journey. And it took months and years depending on where you were starting. It was a European route, so you could find people from all over the world, especially from different parts of Europe. And when finishing that pilgrimage route, you should have taken with you a piece of it, a symbolic thing, a shell, and bring it back home as a reminder of your trip and also as the proof that you've been there. So I didn't know any of that. Although this story is very romantic and spiritual, and I would love that if I knew that. However, in reality, what happened to me was that I came to Spain without any knowledge of Spanish language back then. Back then I knew only English and French, and now I speak 6 languages, so it was a very long time ago. I didn't know any word of Spanish. I didn't know where I was going, what I was up to. I just came to that medieval small village in Spain at 11 p.m. in the evening, and there was literally no one around, not a single soul. It was empty. Everything was closed. Nothing was working. I could really, literally hear only the crickets chirping. That's all. That's it. And the thing is that my friend didn't show up. And I was trying to call her to reach her, but her phone was switched off. And I didn't know anything about what was going to her, whether she would meet me, and where and how I can spend the night in this place. Because for people living in normal civilized towns, you know that there are lights, there's something open, there are people somewhere. However, imagine that there is nothing. Only medieval a village, only lights on the streets, everything closed, nobody. So I was getting desperate, honestly. I was getting ready to start crying. However, I don't know, some epiphany came to me, and I realized that, okay, I can make a tantrum now and curse life or be devastated by what's going on with me. Because for me, it was the first time that I was really lost in the middle of nowhere without any communication and any idea of what to do next. But then I realized, okay, I can be disappointed or I can just accept it and go and sleep in the field. Okay, it's no big deal, under the stars, it's even romantic. And then in the morning figure out what to do. And as soon as that acceptance came into my body, to my mind, I felt so much relief. I felt like a warm wave came through my body. And I instantly became very calm and serene. And at that point, the miracle happened, my first Camino de Santiago miracle. Just a few meters in front of me, the door suddenly opened up, and 3 old ladies came out, chattering with each other and walking along the street. And I knew that that was my chance to finally meet an alive human being to help me out. However, they were all Spanish ladies. I didn't know a word of Spanish. And believe me, nobody speaks English in the medieval Spanish village. But another miracle happened. One of those ladies spoke French. And with the help of my middle school French, we figured out where I am, who I am, and what I need. And it was shelter. And they were like old ladies can be. They were so upset that I was there alone, that I didn't have a place to stay for a night, and they started organizing everything. They started making phone calls, and they even found the lady who was hosting pilgrims in that small town, who was, it was Friday night, by the way, who was celebrating with her friends in a bar, like on the other side of the town. Was already a bit drunk and very funny, and like the whole town was looking for her because of my old ladies calling everybody trying to find her. And then she turned up a bit funny and drunk, and she accompanied me to her small apartment where she was hosting pilgrims. And after that, other pilgrims told me that it's like a custom that everybody should be in their hotels or in their hostels, or as they call it, albergue, by, like, depending on where you are, from 5 to 10 p.m. maximum. And it was like 11:30. That's why everything was closed. And that was how I found a shelter on my first night on the Camino de Santiago, without knowing where I was, without any language and any sign of civilization, just by believing in the universe and its power to protect me and to lead me, and by the love and the generosity of strangers. So I spent that night in that albergue, in the shelter for pilgrims, where I was told a lot of different things about how Camino de Santiago works, what are the rules, and what I can expect on the next day to come. However, what I really wanted to know, and I think you also want to know that, is that what the hell happened to my Argentinian friend? Why didn't she show up? Why did she abandon me in the middle of nowhere and did not even bother to take a phone call? And about that, you will find out in the next video. So if you like and comment and tell me what you think about the start of my Reiki story, I want you to write a comment and put a thumb up so that I would understand that it's interesting for you and that you want to know what is going to happen next. And believe me, the story is amazing on so many layers. And there were a lot of different pivotal points that actually helped me to discover myself from different sides of my character and helped me to come to Reiki. So I'm waiting for your reaction. Thank you for watching. It was very fun to record it, and you'll see more in the next chapter.